What's up? What's up, man? Yo, so I'm at work, man, and I don't do shit at work but monitor the situation. So I got time to really go over the battles and watch this shit for a second time. Okay, I made a recap of the whole event, and now that I'm looking back, I was kind of wilding on some of the stuff that I said. Because now that I look back, I think I was excited a little bit and started saying shit in the recap that just wasn't it. So I'm gonna go over that first, and then I'm gonna talk about the subject at hand. So, the Geechee Gotti Coffee Brown battle with Cortez and Misfit, that actually wasn't a classic battle at all. I don't know what dust I was on to say that. It was a good. I thought it was still a good battle, but it was, it kind of, when I watched it the second time, it kind of got it. It kind of was. It didn't have the same effect on me when I first started watching it. I could now, when I watch it back, I could see people saying 3-0 for, I could see why people say it was a 3-0 for Cortez and Misfit. Murder Ave. I could see why people say Murder Ave like 3-0 them. I really was feeling at first I was really feeling Coffee's like second round when she like towards the end of their second round. I was kind of feeling her bars, but I was feeling her performance and everything. But it just seemed like when I watched it back the second time, her performance game was crazy, but I don't think everything landed the way I thought they did. I'm like, what the hell? The Fupa line, when Geechee said the Fupa line, and then she said a loofah line or something like that, and I was like, a loofah? A Fupa? And Cortez was right about that when he said y'all really gassed that. And I was like, yeah, I kind of did gas that a little bit. Now that I'm thinking back, that wasn't right. You know what I mean? And then I'll go into the third round, and I'm like, okay, the third round was kind of getting kind of boring. Like I was kind of getting kind of bored a little bit around the second time around watching the battle. So it definitely didn't have the same effect like the first time. I kind of felt like the first time I was like excited, like, damn, this shit is hard. Like, I don't know. Like it just had a different effect. I guess when you coming off of, the previous two battles that kind of that disappointed you, when you started hearing it, the battles start to pick up, then you start to get like, okay, finally I'm hearing some shit that's like people coming back to back on both sides for more than one round. So yeah, that definitely really wasn't, I don't want to say consider it a classic, but I still think it was a good battle, but it wasn't like I said it was in the recap. So anyway, that's the only thing I was thinking about when I watched it the second time. Like that's the only thing in the recap that I said that I felt like was erroneous. Anyway, to the subject at hand with this 40 bars business, I watched the battle again. That was the battle I watched again, and I'm still not seeing, because I'm like, maybe I need to watch this battle again to understand why people are saying 40 got a 3-0. 30 Ms.Hustle? I didn't see that. Even the second time of watching it, I didn't see a body bag. I don't think nobody feels Ms.Hustle got body, but a 30, y'all, I think I could see a 2-1. You get what I'm saying? I could see somebody saying, okay, she got a 2-1. And I could I don't know, I probably could slightly see a 3-0, just because if you're thinking about quality over quantity, maybe, but it's still a reach. You get what I'm saying? To say that 43 old Ms. Hustle. I'm only saying that because I honestly believe Hustle lost the first to 40. 40 came out and she was good. Because when you heard Ms. Hustle's first round was good. Like, I was like, damn, this shit is gonna be hard to beat, especially if you choking and shit. If you choking and shit in a battle, then you're not gonna beat Ms. Hustle's first. That first is immaculate. So when I heard the first Ms. Hustle's first, I was like, she's not beating that. Especially if she choke, it's over. It's a wrap. Because that first is good. That first could beat a lot of niggas. You get what I'm saying? So when 40 came out and she was good, it was like, okay, she actually had a flawless performance. Her performance was on. She addressed a lot of shit. Like, it was good. You get what I'm saying? So of course you would give that to 40. It was a good round. The white privilege line she had, was that in the first? I think that was in the first. Her white privilege line really knocked me the fuck out. She just came out. I mean, she just came out hard. And then in the second, Ms. Hustle had the props with the fake coke shit, and I thought it was funny that I just thought that Ms. Hustle was funny in the second round when she kicked the coke. She bought little props that I'm not a prop person in a battle, but I felt like the props were pretty cool. When I watched Hustle second, I think she just goes through her rounds, and her rounds sounded really good. Like, her rounds were good. I just don't see how you could say easily off the tongue that Hustle lost 3-0. Like, I could see a 2-1 because 40's first was immaculate. Like, it was something like it was literally like, okay, you're not beating Ms. Hustle shit, and then 40 came out crazy, so it was like she definitely beat her first. Second round, you could say that 40 beat Ms. Hustle second. You could say that. I could give you that. I would be okay if you said that. But I could also hear people saying, okay, for Hustle's second was cool too. I could see that too. That's what I'm saying. I can't see how you could see that she got 30, because you could go either or on that second. Now the third round was I gave that round to Ms. Hustle because Ms. Hustle had more material. You get what I'm saying? Now 40 had the scheme where she was talking about how she does better business, and that she brings in more numbers, and the way that she said it was dope. You get what I'm saying? But I just felt, I mean, even though Heart jumped all out there, Heart came out there. Sorry, I love Heart, and Heart is definitely one of my top 2 female battle rappers. Like, I really love Heart. Like, I think Heart is like top 2 female battle rappers of all of these girls. I fuck with Heart the long way. I'm not one of them people that goes off people based on how popular they are. I go off your work ethic. I go off your quality of your shit, and I feel like E-Heart has stepped it up like tremendously over a lot of girls, and she's dependable. You can rely on her to come with some good shit. And I seen her against Audie Boom's ex, the one who I forget her name, but the last performance I seen E-Heart in, she was really good on RBE, and so E-Heart is like, not, but I'm just saying all that to say E-Heart came up there like a cold crackhead. Like, E-Heart came up there like a cold crackhead, man. I'm like, what the fuck? She came up there looking like this. But the bars that E-Heart was saying were incredible. Like, I fuck with what she was saying when she was talking about the previous battle they had where 40 choked and all of that. And I mean, if y'all really break down Hustle's third round, you are not saying that she got 30. You are not giving that round to Hustle. I mean, you are not giving that round to 40 bars if you break down Hustle's bars, if you really listen to her shit. If you listen to all of the shit she said, that shit is not losing to 40 short ass round that she had. You know, 40 has some good shit for it to be short, but I just felt like if you put it up against each other, and the fact that 40's bars were shorter than hers in the third, you're not saying that. I feel like people are just so excited that 40 didn't choke in the battle and that she got all her shit off all 3 rounds, that they just like, we so excited that she just got the shit completed. She didn't choke. She stumbled a little bit in the second, but she got it together. So we just happy that she just gave us a great performance. Like, I'm happy for 40. I'm happy that she did that. I'm proud that she did that. But that battle was a 2-1 in 40's favor or debatable. I give, you know, I mean, even if you said Hustle won, I could see it. If you said, of course, Hustle didn't 3-0 40. Nobody is saying that at all. Nobody, not one person I could come across that said Hustle 3-0 40 at all. But I'm not gonna say 40 3-0 Hustle either. The second can go either way. And that third, I mean, you could possibly say the third could go either way, but I just give Hustle that third just because I like her material a little bit more, and it was longer. It was a lot of shit she said. Then she used the surprise element with E Hart, which she could have did without and still won. And then she also called out the Bardashians, which Official and she called out Official and Jazz. And she had bars in that third, but she said, man, you was cold until that big head bitch killed you. You know what I mean? Talking about Jazz. What else? I can remember. I'm trying to remember some more shit that Hustle said that I thought was dope. I can't remember everything. I watched it probably a few hours ago again, because I'm in here, you know, not doing shit. So I said, let me go back over this shit, because I'm reading the comments and arguing back and forth with niggas, and they swearing up and down that 40-3-0 Hustle, and I'm just like, where the fuck did this bitch 3-0 her at? Because I'm like, okay, she came out cold in the first. She had some shit in her second. Yes, she did. But Hustle had some shit in her second too. Hustle had shit her whole 3 rounds. Did y'all ain't see her pull out the coke bag and kick the habit? Y'all ain't see her saying, man, come on now, y'all not giving Hustle no credit for what she did in that battle. Like, Hustle was cold in that motherfucker. She was killing in that motherfucker. She wasn't standing there just getting knocked the fuck out. Y'all act like 40 came out there and killed the shit, like killed her. If you saying that, you didn't watch the pay-per-view, man. Now, I might lose some credibility. It's my first time actually paying for a pay-per-view. I might lose some credibility from my recap, because I said the Geechee Gotti shit was classic. And when I first seen it, and I seen Coffee performing by herself in the second, she had me standing up. I was liking the shit she was saying, man. When she was talking about telling that she'll shut the bodega down and all that shit, and that she likes Selena's and all this shit that she was saying, using they Spanish shit against them and all that stuff like that. I liked all that shit that she was saying. You know, it got kind of corny towards the very, very end of the second. But, yeah, that shit got me up when I first saw it. But when you see it the second time around, and, you know, it's kind of like, okay, that wasn't that like all the whole total round in total wasn't classic shit. You get what I'm saying? A lot of that shit was like it wasn't classic, put it that way. So I know I probably lose some credibility off saying what I said in a recap off that. But y'all gotta stop saying that 40 3-0 hustle, because it just didn't happen. I don't feel like it happened at all, bruh. I feel like she had a good battle. You know, she had a battle where she's not choking, and it's been a minute since that has happened. Since she's had a good battle where she run through all 3 of her rounds and her shit came off good. And you know, and this was a battle that mattered. Like Surf said, this was a battle that mattered. This was a battle that she needed. She needed this battle, you know, because her choking and that 2-on-2 was like was horrible, because that could have been a classic. Like, if 40 didn't fuck that battle up, that would have been a classic. That would have been a classic on URL. She would have been booked all over the fucking place. Like, this shit would have been, that shit would have been, you would have been coming back to that battle for years to come. You get what I'm saying? Because I still go back to a lot of the older battles, and it's 2020. I still go back to the E-Heart Ms.Hustle battle that happened 10 years ago, probably 8 years ago. I still go back to the Jazz battle with 40, even though she choked in that one. I still go back to these battles. I still go back to the Official versus Jazz battle. I still go back. So when you fuck up footage like that, you fucking up stuff that's gonna be around for a long time. I don't know if he ever gonna put it on YouTube. A lot, like, I think that 2-on-2 is still on the app. And I was like, damn, she ain't fucked that shit up. That shit probably would have been out on Christmas. That shit probably would have been a Christmas battle, because I know Smack like putting shit out on Christmas. So that jump probably would have definitely been one of his classics that he would have put out on Christmas. And you would have been watching that shit for years. Like, it would have been, it'll be 10 years later and you'll still go back to them jumps. It'll be 20 years later and you'll still go back to the battles that happened 5 years ago, 10 years ago. So, man, I'm just saying to y'all, man, that y'all gotta stop saying that blasphemous bullshit, because you discredit like people who really like been writing out here. Like, y'all act like 40 KCJ mismurked the situation, and that did not happen. You get what I'm saying? That did not happen. And I love 40. 40 was looking thicker than a Snicker in that jump. She looked good as hell in there. I don't think nobody would have turned down a smash session with 40 in there. If anything got 3 though, it's my eyes when I seen all that ass she had. But everything, man, 40 did what she was supposed to do though. She came in there and did her thing. She came in there and did what the fuck she was supposed to do. But Ms.Hustle came in there and did what the fuck she was supposed to do. You couldn't have had no better material than what Ms.Hustle had. And you couldn't have had no better material than what that. That was a war. That was the best. Like, if you looked at it, that probably was, that was actually the best battle on the card. The 40 bars and Ms.Hustle was right in its rightful place at the top of the card, at its rightful place at the end of the event. It was the best battle on the card, best, hands down. You get what I'm saying? I will never take that back. That was the battle of the pay-per-view that made my $45 worth it. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I had to say about that, man. She 40 was good, but she didn't 3-0 shit. I ain't giving her that. I ain't giving her that. But yeah, man, I'm out.